How's it going, StarCraft 2 fans? My name is Cabal on Alias TV, and you are watching a game from the finals of, I totally forgot what this was called. It is the finals of the, the ASUS Raj tournament, and it's a game between Stephano and Polt. So yes, it's a game between Stephano and Polt. So obviously this is Stephano as your blue Zerg, and up and down on the top is Polt as your red Terran. So the map, I forget what this map is called, but you guys can probably figure that out. So both players are going to be just getting their SCVs and drones up. Obviously the first Overlord is out, because the first Overlord just like starts right at the spawn point, as with the. But Terrans always start with 11, as with the Zerg starts with 10. So both players are just gonna get their economy going, and this first SCV is out, and it should be placed down its first supply depot. This particular map is one that has the supply depot that's guarding the bottom ramp, and obviously that's not gonna matter a whole lot. But so Stephano and Polt saying, "Oh yeah, GLHF." GLHF, my friends. So Stephano is friends with Polt, which is great. You always need to have friends. First drone is out for Stephano, and looks like he's going to go scout out the base of the Antiga tower. Has been taken for a second, then it shuts down again. What's Stephano doing? Stephano's just getting out more drones. It looks like he just wants to get that spawning pool out as fast as possible to make some Zerglings. So he obviously is going to find out that Stephano is going to get into the base, no problem, because Polt hasn't finished walling up his base, and that the SCV is under attack by that drone, but the drone is under attack by another SCV, and that drone is down to 22 of its health, but little does he know is that it regenerates its health over time, as with probes regenerates the shields, but SCVs don't, so that kind of sucks. But hey, it's StarCraft 2, people. So Stephano is going to get out of the base as soon as possible, and we do see that the expansion is up at the actually a little bit earlier than the 240-minute mark. So Stephano is going to go for a quick expansion, and there's the spawning pool. So it looks like Stephano is going to get some fast Zerglings out as quick as possible. The Overlord is right here, and it's just sorry about that. My mic came undone. It unplugged. They came in for a second. So as I was saying, the Overlord is going along the side, and it's the spawning and the ends right here. So he obviously wants to scout out if there's expansion from Polt, and the orbital command is up. And what is that? That's a factory. So maybe some early Hellions or siege tanks, some type. We see that there's a proxy bunker here from Polt, and Stephano obviously scouts it out, but. Yeah, I don't think Polt is going to finish off that bunker, because the Stephano's drones are just going to push it away, and the bunker should probably go down. It should actually, what Polt should probably do is just cancel it, so then he can get some coming back. But a Marine is out here, and they're just going to chase those drones away. The first Zergling should be out soon. Nope, he's training a Queen, which is good defense against Marines if you have enough of them. Marine here and a Marine here, just scouting around to see what they can find out. The factory is completed for Polt, and it looks like he's just going to fly it all the way here, and they're going to do the old switcheroo, so that reactor's been built, and what that does is that it provides double the build rate. So here he's building up 2 Hellions, which I predicted. They're going to go for some early Hellions, and they're going to go see if they can snipe out some drones. Now Stephano acting quickly, placing down a spine crawler, that placement is really good. Obviously because they have to get around that spine crawler, which amazingly the spine crawler has amazing attack radius. And obviously if he's going to get around, he's going to have to get past those queens, which are pretty decent health. And obviously right now he's just using I don't know if he's using transfusion. No, he's just using eject larva to help the hatchery build more drones as fast as possible. The spawning for right now is getting the Zergling speed, which helps the Zerglings move a lot faster than the way they should. The first 2 Hellions are out, and one of them has a kill, and the other one doesn't. the spy crawler is preventing them from getting into the base of Stephano. And Stephano's moving another one of his overlords up there, and the first overlord from the beginning of the game is way up there. And he's going to see if there's an expansion. There is no expansion just yet from Polt, but he is building another command center, and he's upgrading it really quickly. Another barrack. Actually, that's the first barracks. The war factory is lifting off. He built up another double Hellions. Oh, he's built another killer. So there's 6 Hellions on the field at the moment for Polt, and he's just waiting on the attack. He's just waiting on his forces to get to the base and hopefully drag out Stephano. But Stephano, for defense, he's building an eco chamber right here, so that's gonna provide blockage for those Hellions to get in. So Stephano for defense has 1 spine crawler. He has 1 queen, 2 queens actually, and he has a whole shit ton of Zerglings. So that'll definitely push this force back. But here comes the attack on Polt, and looks like those Hellions are just being trying to try the spawn crawler. Here comes the Zerglings to the rescue, but obviously they're going to get cooked immediately because those Hellions are just paying huge dividends, and those Zerglings are just getting fried to a crisp right now. 2 supply depots are way the hell out here for some reason, and Polt has increased his production by building up 2 more barracks, and he's building up a starport, so we should probably seeing some either Vikings or medevacs, and again another switcheroo is going in against that reactor, so it's definitely going to be some medevacs because he's going for a little bit of a ground army. The Zerglings here have taken the Zelnaga Tower, so he'll have some excellent radius. And this is the type of map where there's no high yield expansions, which I'm quite surprised. But regardless, this is a tournament, so there are no high yield expansions here. I just realized that. The hatchery is morphing into a larv. Is it a harv? What is it? Is it a hatchery? It's not a hive. No, I forget what it's called. I totally forget what it's called. I don't play StarCraft 2 enough to know what's after hatchery, but regardless, we'll see in a bit. So Zerglings are coming up from Stephano. Looks like they're going to find out that there is a bunch of Hellions here, and one Hellion goes down. And for defense, there's a whole ton of Marines then that cook the Zerglings. There's 1 remaining of that entire group. Marines and Hellions out for Polt. It looks like he's going to go for a counterattack. Another hatchery has been built here, so another expansion. At the main base, we see that Stephano is going for a Macquarie hatch. Micro. Fuck! What the hell? I don't play StarCraft 2 enough to know what is going on. It's a macro hatchery. So there it is. It's a layer. That's what it was called, a layer. So more Zerglings are coming up on the field, and obviously they're going to get more crap. Obviously you're going to get more destroyed by the Marines, and those what are these called? Creep terminals have been destroyed. Look, destroyed, so that there's going to lose the creep, and that one of Stephano's hatcheries is under attack by the Marines. Stem goes off because obviously Polt has stem packs, and they go off, and they're going to destroy a good chunk of the Zerglings now. So Stephano is in a little bit of a situation here. He loses his hatchery, and those Broodlings are just going to clean up as much as they can from the Marines. One Marine is a corporal with 5 straight kills. Those 2 medevacs are also providing some healing for Polt, and another expansion here from Polt. He's going to go for another expansion. So Stephano has 2, and Polt is going to have 3 very soon. So this expansion is up and running for a while now, and some siege tanks are coming up, but they don't have the siege mode. So it looks like Polt needs to get that tech, and it looks like he's getting it right now. More Marines are coming out from the barracks. 2 of the barracks are from reactors, so they can build 2 Marines at multiple times. 1 barracks has the tech lab, so it looks like he wants to get 1 or 2 more, not Marines, but I forget what they're called. Marauders. That's what they're called. So a huge ton of Marines here wants to attack that hatchery that Stephano was trying to build, and he sells out just in the nick of time to get that money back. But another stem goes off to try to just take care of those gigantic macro hatchery, and another hatchery has been built by Stephano, but he really needs to protect it. And what's his answer? A shit ton of Zerglings. Wow, that's a lot of Zerglings. So now the eco chamber is going up, and it looks like this level 2 upgrade for Zerg is on the way on the eco chamber. And some infestors are out, and he does have the +1 armor, which will give him a nice edge on those Marines. The Marines are still at zero damage and 0 armor, which is quite surprising. And the Zerglings are at a 1 attack and 1 armor, which is pretty good. It'll hold off against those Marines, which have no upgrades for some reason. I don't know why Polt hasn't got the upgrades yet. Maybe he's focusing on the siege tank upgrades, and the siege tanks don't have any attack or armor. But I was wondering if... Okay, there's the engineering bay, and he's working on the +1 level weapons. Oh, he's working on the +1 right now, so that's gonna boost up his army. And Stephano right now is moving up with a shit ton of Zerglings, and he's gonna find out where it all at. Turns out this expansion, I'd never seen that Stephano has been built. It looks like it's up right now, and he's getting up the extractors, so he wants the gas. And this expansion right now from Stephano again is almost done. Plus, he has a queen ready to deploy as soon as this hatchery is complete, which will be in a few seconds. Polt has finally got his 3rd expansion, and it's all the SCVs are mining up as fast as they can. Siege mode is done for Polt, and he is in a defensive position at the moment with 3 siege tanks, and he's also building some missile turrets because he's worried about some mutalisks that I think Stephano might be building. I am not sure what he's building, but this infestation pit is up. I guess I should have realized that, because that's the upgrade, or that's the texture you need to build infestors. So here we go. The Marines have been just disintegrated by the Zerglings, and now Polt needs to pull back, and obviously he's going to bring all these Marines and attack them against the Zerglings, and then put the siege tank into siege mode, and then just absolutely decimate those Zerglings. But Zerglings right now, in a great scan, reveals that there's a whole lot of Zerglings right now, and Polt needs to deploy his siege tanks at the moment, and those I guess they were offensive Terrans that were launched by the offensive take huge damage, and a good chunk of them got nice damage. I guess I don't think any infestors died, but those siege tanks do a lot of damage when they're facing ground units. Those speedlings are just running all over the place, trying to find out what's what, where's where, if there's any expansions. Obviously no, but Polt is just moving. He's doing the leapfrog, which is this tactic where you deploy 1 siege tank, then you take as many siege tanks as you want from the back, and just bring them as close as you can, and then just deploy them. That's what kind of leapfrog is. And we do have an attack here from Stephano. Looks like he's going to go attack all of the SCVs, and the expansion is going down the tubes at the moment. Those supply depots are under attack, and those infested geysers are on attack, and the orbital command lifts off at just the nick of time, and those infested Terrans. Oh, what a great fungal that was fired! And more infested Terrans are coming up on the and all those Marines just absolutely get decimated. And we do see an Ultralisk on the field, but it's going to get just absolutely decimated by those siege tanks. So looks like Stephano is going into the tier 3. Does he have his hive tech? He has his hive tech, so that means he's getting out some tier 3 units, which is I'd love to see. And more ultras on the field. They do have chitus plating, I'm pretty sure, and they do have the +2/+2 attack and armor, which will help with the attack. But the Polt's army only has 1 attack, only has 1 armor and 2 attack. As with those siege tanks, what were the siege tanks? Siege tanks only have 1 attack. So the siege tanks have deployed, and they're gonna fire on more Zerglings. Looks like Polt is gonna come as close as possible to Stephano's base, but Stephano really needs to do something about that, and he's getting more Ultralisk on the field. He has the +4 armor, getting all of the +5, and I'm not sure if the chitus plating is done. I forget. So we do have an attack here. Those Zerglings are coming onto the siege tank, destroying them. One Ultralisk is also getting attacked by the Marines and Marauders. But these Ultralisks are doing huge damage to Polt's army, and this is just absolutely murder, because once the Ultras get the chitus plating on, it's at the 5 armor, so that means the chitus platings are done. And those Ultralisks are just absolutely demolishing Polt's army one by one. Those Ultralisks are just murdering all of Polt's armies, and look at that, just like 5 kills, destroys a siege tank. But all of the Ultralisks have been destroyed, and the Zerglings are just getting cut down to size one by one. So Stephano, he really needs to hold on this position right now. But Polt's army is just getting poured, and he's getting more Marines, getting more Marauders. I don't know about any siege tanks, but I mean, we'll see. The battle's still down here. The Zerglings are just are just getting a big surround on those Marines and siege tanks. There's a couple of infestors here, which can provide the offensive Terrans and the fungal growth. The center tower here. The center tower here is finding out. The center tower here for Polt is looking around to see how many infested Terrans are there. But they do see that the Zerglings are here and the two infestors. Zergling right here is going back and forth and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Another Zergling right here, and here comes another attack. Huge attack by MΔStephano, and it looks like he's gonna kill all his Zerglings. Two Ultralights are gonna come into the picture, and they're just gonna get absolutely owned. Well, not really, because due to the Chitus plating. The Chitus plating is just amazing when you get that upgrade and you put on the Ultralisk. It's just pays huge dividends. I mean, the Ultralisk is at 5-3. Is at the 5 armor 3 attack. I mean, and this Ultralisk is still alive because of the Ultralisk's help. And this Ultralisk is at 7 kills. It's a Slayer, rank Slayer, and it's still alive, but it needs to get out of there because it's at 20 HP. But it's also going to get killed by the Marines. So, and more Zerglings are just pouring into the base, as well as some infestors. So we're going to see some fungals and fungal growth. Here comes the infested Terrans right on the siege tanks and medevacs, and they're just going to be. And there's the GG from Polt. Oh man, that was intense! Holy cow. That was a good game. So that was a game between STLPolt and Stephano. My name is Cabal, and I hope you guys enjoyed the cast, and I'll see you guys later.